Thank you so much for coming. All right, this poem is called Someday I'll Love Jaz Sufi after Ocean Wall. And it's so hard, you know, because I am so full of love and none of it for me. I'm so full of water. I am a river. I go to the river and love drains through my open hands. They are so useful, my hands. They open doors, they open doors. They lock me behind them and no one else can come inside. I convince myself the key is hidden under someone else's tongue. I go looking for the wrong tongues. I fit wrong in my own mouth when I am a skeleton inside someone else's bones. I go looking to fix everyone but myself. Here is a list of therapists. Here is a glass of water. I am so thirsty. I look in the mirror and I become a pillar of salt. I am my own wife before I am myself. I leave the porch light on. I wait for someone to come home, but no one ever does. I never come home. I never love myself back. And for this and other reasons, I've called myself broken, called myself empty. I called myself things I would never name a child. But I want another chance at the rest of my life now. This time, I sing the knife to sleep. The knife I mistook for a mirror or an open door, but without having to fit inside of it. I illuminate my own bones, fill them back full of marrow. I ritual the blood back into my body and it sings. But this isn't a prayer song, no praise or amen. I give no gratitude to any God but myself. Any church here I built myself with my hands the stained glass and the stone. My name in a good book made better by my name. My blood and body that will save no one but myself. I save myself. And no other God is big enough to fill the space inside of me. But nothing here is empty. Empty is just a trick of the light I've believed in for years. Like my reflection was just the shadow of a stranger who died a long time ago. I resurrect myself, give myself for the coffin I thought I would be in by now. The coffin I mistook for a mirror or an open door to somewhere better than here. I am better than here. I am here, better. Someday, I will love Jaz Sufi. I'm learning how to do it better every day. Here is a list of my golden bones. Here's a glass of water. I can drink without drowning. I don't dissolve on anyone's tongue. I say my own name, and a lock unlocks. A door opens. My mouth fills with light. Thank you guys so much.
Jaz Sufi, y'all. Rather amazing, y'all. So,
You got I wasn't in love.
judges, put up your spotlight.
We need one more judge!
You need another judge? Who would like to be a judge for this last round? In front, right here. Excellent.
Girl was a different.
What you see?
Wow. This whole middle section of the audience was suddenly empty. Thank you for moving there into that emptiness. Awesome.
Right on. I know. I have to restart the screen already because
This is generally the part after the break where I come and do a poem just to warm us up. But we didn't take a break. So, you want to hear a poem?
Let's get into it.
All right, I'll do a poem. Judge.
DJ. Cut the music. Oh, I'm waiting for you.
So this is a poem for myself and for anyone else who's ever felt less than. For the chocolate kiss, melting alone on a summer sidewalk. Because he said his favorite flavor was Neil, but in actuality, it was not you. For mocha ice cream, dripping sadly over the edge of the tub, because he late night and never called again. For all the times he rejected your ass, because you could not be rare enough. For dusty shelves of full bins of rich chocolate and waiting lists for butterscotch and vanilla extract. For you, black girl, crying in the mirror because he said he prefers Jewish girls because they smell like strawberries. Standing outside of his life because you weren't pretty enough to take to his color-struck mother. For you, mahogany onyx panther, you are the foundation upon which galaxies are suspended. Sun swallower and color fusion, initiation and conclusion of everything. Omnipotence is no consolation. It will not rescue you from the lonely tower you have come to call home. But go on, paint your eyelids sunrise and your lips bright coral. Adorn your fingertips with passion fruit and your toenails with blackberry wine. Wrap yourself in molten lava and be a volcano. Be the universe. Encompass the world. And let that tide you over for now. Awesome. Cool, that shut your eyes up. You ready to start the slam? Yeah! All right, it is the second round and it's going like this. Greg B, Jenna, Brennan, Tino, Seven, and Reggie. But first, to let these new judges practice, we will bring up a surprise sacrificial poet. Please welcome our sacrificial poet of the second round. They haven't performed here in a long time, but I'm really here now. It's Kyle.
You lied to me, but I thought it was hot. No.
Newish shit.
New shit.
That means it's old, but no one's ever heard it. On the last time I put her name in my mouth, or I'm fucking each other after 8 months post-breakup. Maybe it was so clumsy because I memorized someone else's body. I'm sorry. I forgot if you like me to enter you halfway or slowly or all at once. I can't remember if you like my tongue going in circles or my mind is just going in circles. I used to know every inch of you. My name, and even baby sounds like Siri in your mouth, like a person, but not a person at all. Maybe like a stand-in for what we actually were. This called lying. Messily connecting our bodies when we are no longer the people we were. I hate to think you're someone I would have to get to know again. Almost as much as I haven't forgiven the person I was back then, I feel regret for my choices now. But I am typing this in our bed, your bed. Our pets cry loudly outside as we attempt to remember each other's skin, your pets. Your altar still has a picture of what is now my cat. Our pictures are still in your room, just not hung up. I kiss your hands, Its ring finger is empty. I forget now what we were ever doing, how we got here. The Uber out of the city I used to live in will be expensive out of a bank account that is not joined. Maybe the only thing that is the same is that I hate, but you are still the most two-faced person I have ever seen. Maybe that is what tricked me. Maybe I accidentally lied when I said I've been healing.
Hi, y'all, judges. Let's see some scores. All right. That's 4. There's the 5th score somewhere. Where's the 5th score? Where's the 5th judge? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5th judge? Did you really just not write down the score yet? Damn it! We have a learning judge. There it is. All right. We have a low score of an 8.0. We have 8.4, 8.7, 8.7, and a 10. Give it up for Kyle. I just want to point out that the judge that gave Kyle a 10 is Kyle's friend. And that's why we dropped the highest and the lowest score. Because we don't know who y'all in love with in here. So. All right. Jenna, you are on deck. Please welcome our first official poet. They're back for the second round. It's Greg B.
This is not my baseline. This is what a manic episode looks like in 11 parts. 1, I was driving my car 100 miles an hour down the interstate, and as the road ahead of me made to the right, I wondered what would happen if I turned left. I just lit up a cigarette instead. I used to smoke a lot of cigarettes then, too. I wrote another poem called Skinny Jeans. It's a funny poem. I used it as a way to get the audience to like me. And Bo Burnham said that you can tell them anything. Just make it funny, make it rhyme. This is not a funny poem. This poem does not rhyme. It's supposed to make you uncomfortable. 3, I'm sorry that I hurt you. I didn't mean to. Does anyone ever mean to? 4, when I was in community college, they played us recordings of the Beat Poets. It was the first time I ever heard the queer voice of Allen Ginsberg say, "I can't stand my own mind." I wanted to write poetry and read it in coffee shops just like him. I read a poem about dying for the class. My professor said that my metaphors weren't believable, that you can't actually be asleep long enough to be completely covered in snow. I asked him if he was ever suicidal. He told me that you can't expect all your readers to be suicidal. I said, fine, I'll just read poems like Ginsberg then. He told me that I was not Allen Ginsberg. I wanted to tell him the names of all the poets he wasn't and would never be and who I was, but then I decided to show him instead. That's when I started reading At the Starry Cloud. Thank you, Professor. 5. Bipolar people are more likely to kill themselves in a manic episode than a depressed one. People don't understand that though. They say, don't you feel good when you're manic? I say it's like when a comedian cuts their set short after a big laugh. They call it going out on a high note. 6, I do not feel good when I am manic. 7, when you're suicidal, you forget the names of every Facebook friend who copied and pasted a status saying, call me anytime and we'll make coffee and talk. You text your best friends the words, I need help, but don't hit send because you don't want to be a burden. 8, sometimes I talk so fast, I'm thinking so fast, my mouth can't keep up. And I'm scared that I'll forget what I'm saying, but I forget to think about whether or not I should actually say the things. 9, I'm sorry I said them. 10, I took out $100 and put it all on black. I mean, how many times can a roulette wheel really hit red in a row, right? I felt such shame. How many people could I have helped with that money instead? When I went back to the ATM, it said I had insufficient funds. I was insufficient. 5 times. It can hit red 5 times in a row. It happens all the time. 11. Bukowski said that poetry is what happens when nothing else can. Right now, nothing else can, but I am not Charles Bukowski. Thank you.
All right. My fifth judge, are you gonna write a score? You're getting used to this judging thing, huh?
Because you're trying to be a better judge. That's why. That's
I have
That's
5 scores. I have a low of a 9.0. I have a 9.0, a 9.0, 9.3, and a 10. Yes, it's Papa Berkey. Keep clapping. Brennan is on deck. Right now is Jenna. You're coming. You're coming. And you're coming. And you're coming. And you're coming. And you're still clapping. Oh my God. There she is.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You like to. I'm trying to be an individual level. I just like you a lot. You're a legend in my life.
A lot of pressure. I guess on that note, I don't like to dance.
Yeah!
I mean, that's what I tell people. I don't like to dance. It's not really my thing. But when I'm on the commute and the stress of today, tomorrow, yesterday spins up and down my vertebrae, I have no choice but to shake that son of a bitch off with a mean shoulder and a 2-step. And shit, I'm a 90s baby, so bet y'all don't want to catch none of these hands. Hey. It ain't really none of your business anyways. See, the art of dance is like masturbation. I don't talk to anybody about it. I just pleasure myself in the corner of bar just like everybody else. It's unsanitary. Got my headphones on, wearing some Beyonce, some Janet. Better not let me take this jacket off when Genuine comes on, because you can't handle this pony air grind. Thank you. This is a dance party special for me. It doesn't matter if there's a room full of people or not. The beat affects me, infects me, and here I am, contagious in the aisles. Better not catch me with them eyes in the bob before the beat drop, because this mean mug will follow you around the train, forcing you to get off and stop too early, because attention fills up the whole car. I blame the bumps and the grind on the sudden stops, but you know that's me back there. Probably not the one for the one-on-one slow song, but I can put on a show, the Ashby platform page, layer the drama to a jagged edge level, sync up with the train whooshing by to throw my shirt open on some fake wind shit. I rock and lean to myself, bringing the shoulders and the knees. And it's time to get serious, thinking, this is not a poem. There. Bitch, this body is a poem! Stands up, enjoyment. Got my stride floating through the city, cause this shit is for me. Another day alive, in love with myself like a joyful brown girl. I always dreamed of being with told this vessel was too awkward, too big, too everything to be desired. This is for every middle school dance unattended. Every dance floor sat out by uncomfortable clothes and self-doubt. This is for the tomboy who's been dying just to break loose from the weight of the world on top of his body. So sorry, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry that you don't want to see this on your route. When I dance on the train, on the bus, on the sidewalk, I am summoning all sunlight in my body to combat a world of expectations that I should know my place. My place is here. And each shake and shimmy. If this is my home, why not have a block party every day in celebration of its creation to give me a reason to get through the day? So no. I don't like to dance. It's not really my thing. But you better watch out for me on public transit.
Get it right, get it tight, judges!
Where's the best judge? Oh, I see that you've changed. So you have a 9.0, 9.2, 9.2, 9.3, and a 9.8 for Jenny. You know somebody's getting some money, right? So he gave me this money halfway through the first round. Y'all lucky I stuck around the host. It's $200. I could have just left. I like y'all, but I like money. All right. Tino, you are on deck. Please welcome our next poet to the stage. It's Brennan.
You always say the nicest things to people. Like always. Only nice things.
Excuse me. Yes, you in the room looking up at me, I have reason to believe that you are amazing! And here's why. Did you know you can glow in the dark? Humans are bioluminescent. No matter what color your skin is, this light that our eyes can't see lets all the other predators know where we are. And we all look delicious when the moon wakes up hungry. Instead, let's talk about love. An avalanche of neurotransmitters moving through you. They speed up your heartbeat, make it hard to eat or sleep. These are the same chemical effects as amphetamines. We are literally addicted to love. In your blood, there will always flow a small dash of gold. You are more precious than you know. And did you know we share half our genetic code with bananas? Or that a few of us can taste the flavor of syllables as we speak them? Some women have an extra color receptor or two and see more shades of red and blue than men will ever know. Loneliness is physically painful. The same part of the brain that makes pain frightening drives us to connect, to seek companionship, to feel home in someone else's arms, and to feel lost when you aren't there. Which may explain why your tears act like memories. They change shape depending on why you're crying. Even though 90% of the cells in your body have their own DNA and are not technically you, every atom you are is 99.999% empty space.
Come on.
And none of them are the ones you were born with. All of them were born in the belly of a star. You are so amazing. I just thought you should know.
Brennan, y'all, judges. Let's see them first. There you are. I have a low score of a 9.6. I have a 9.4 and 3 9.9s. Give it up for Brennan, y'all.
What was the first one?
The first one
Yeah.
was a 9.6.
Thank you.
It was a 9.4 and then a 9.6 and then 3 9.9.
Thank you.
So, I mean, the judges are the only specific opinions I know, but apparently y'all like that flick talk shit. Word, here you go. You know you can talk to each other like that too. You don't have to just listen to it from up here. Just sit next to each other. How many people single in this room? Oh, it's not enough people to go around. Never mind. Never mind. I am just trying to help you please your groin. That's all I'm up here to do. 7, you are on deck. Please welcome our next poet coming to the stage right this very minute. It's Tina. Woo!
That's my bottom.
I like this poet.
Trigger warning for suicidal ideation. Shout out to Squidward Tentacles. Arguably the most underrated character in the Nickelodeon original hit SpongeBob SquarePants, my man's been holding it down as the grumpiest, most frustrated, and underappreciated artist since day one. And oh, what a typical millennial tragedy. Like, how many of us have had our hard-earned creativity pay us below minimum wage, turn into a laughingstock, but still Squidward tries, still practices clarinet, though people call it a dying pet, still takes his ass to his job to deal with his perky-ass coworker and his greedy-ass boss. Capitalism is robbed Squidward. If we actually paid our artists, Squidward wouldn't be such a dick to SpongeBob. If the people in Bikini Bottom actually knew true artistry, Squidward wouldn't be the saltiest punk-ass neighbor under the 7th season. Still, I'd argue Squidward says, I'm ready more than SpongeBob does, still finds a glimmer of motivation somewhere. I imagine there are days where all Squidward wants is more sleep. Put the rest of Bikini Bottom on cancel, no syndication, episodes don't go by unaired between the times his failures are punching back, delivered us a joke where he secludes himself, astringent tentacles been carried far too long. Squidward, I heard your suicide attempt was named a lost episode. I asked myself, if no one ever saw it, did it ever happen? Does anyone know we carry depression if it isn't stated outwards from one survivor to another? Is there a point where we say enough? Or we stop deeming ourselves worthless? We stop pretending to be SpongeBob, holding the protagonist role, maybe seek help, allow ourselves to wallow in our Squidward. Like, stop asking Squidward to be more like SpongeBob. Squidward's feelings are valid. Squidward still wakes up every day and loves himself the way no one else can. Yes, more than SpongeBob can. It takes a seasick body to still stomach the water it is drowning itself in. To write yourself in your own ink, there are still sweet victories here that we know in between. So shout out to these moments. Shout out to the clarinet that begs to be played. Shout out to depression, the water that attempts to drown us, but we make our own currents in for the days we choose to live, that we choose ourselves even when no one else will. Shout out to Squidward and his depression under late stage capitalism. Tell us we can say no and live, and no and live, and say no and live, and one day he will say, I'm ready out loud. But today, his I hate you is an attempt to muster and I love you he hasn't said to himself, is one we haven't said to ourselves in a while. So thank you, Squidward. Thank you for staying alive.
We have a low score of 9.1. We have a 9.3, 9.4, 9.5, and a 9.6. Give it up for Tino. We have a couple of more poets. But right now, Reggie, you're on deck. Please clap very loudly and enthusiastically. Our next poet coming to the mic is Seven.
I was gonna spend money on it.
Legendary.
This was Jazz.
It's just that one.
I remember when it happened, my heart snapping from the lips cracking of a former lover. So I went out and searched for peace and found it in a slender piece. My lyrical tongue reached her G-spot and I had sprinklers popping off at the mouthpiece. This piece left me, so I became a stud whore, offering peace to any woman opening her door to my peace, reaching inside their wombs, ejaculating from the tombs of man's ejaculated bullshit. I put this writer's tool in and out of the holes of their wounds and consumed their flesh and a few assets, becoming their savior, love creator, sparkling tears reared while whispering sweet nothings in their ear like, baby, you're my sensual peach. Caressing your body soft and firm, wet from the water, all pouring up every crevice. Plunging my teeth into your smooth, silky skin, sucking up your juices as I dive in slowly, licking away the drips of your nectar, sweet, ripe peach. I eat my peace, unstoppable. Because when it was all over, all I had to do was come and go on to the next one who did her bid to get rid of her kids so I could finger her into peace. Becoming a straight woman, sex slave, not there to tease, just only to appease loneliness. Homelessness, allow me to manifest the nigga mentality. Let me break it down for you. Noticing I get good ass, nigga. But in reality, I was just a stud who heard the cries of single mothers dying inside, looking for love in their immense sex drives. I stole breast milk from infants to feed my own hunger. Thirsting for the wonder of how much is this piece worth? Not $20 for the duck chicken. I began picking the vulnerable ones, tossing my salad full of pieces. I put cucumbers in her piece of a pork pie. I spy jealousy amongst my queen of the sham. Not ready to examine my own harshness, I split their tips of peace, pacing my tongue slow, making them beg and plead for my peace. This stud whore bore the scratches of the needy, greedy women willing to give me anything for a piece of love. You know, lovely orgasms, visions of ecstasy, LOVE, bringing through the cobwebs of the empty beds as I spread my hand open and they gave and came into submission. Any spot, any position, had men wishing to be me. A stud whore with a lyrical piece, had to stop and talk to any spot. What's up, dog? Yeah, okay, I see you got a girl, but can I get a ride in? He rode me for hours, even into the shower, not like Too Short. I've never stolen a woman's money. Always giving Fetty because I remain steady till a woman can't take no more. How many orgasms do you want? It was always 3+ since I found no need to bust. Just give me some Buddha, give me some loot, I'll put on my boots and see you again on Thursday. Oh, how women behave when they've had their sex for the day. But don't laugh, fellas. I may have fucked your girlfriend too. You know the ones willing to explore since they man's peace ain't helping them reach their peak. The little folks stuck on my honesty. A woman fucking women for money. Don't you just love the irony that men are still trying to get with me? But I still haven't found that man I want to fuck yet. Maybe I'll take, what's his name? Bougie? What's his name? Lil Boogie? Little Trey? Little whoever the fuck? Fuck him until he brings out the pimp in me, these horror dreams. But it seems, I remember when it happened, my heart snapping from the lips cracking of a former lover. But I went out in search for peace. I found peace within me. Peace. Oh yeah, we have a low score of a 7.4. We have a 9.2, 9.5, 9.5, and a 9.9. I do not think this front row does not like sex. I think they have impossibly high standards. That's what I think. I think their standards are way up here. And so, oh, you like sex, I can tell. You're fine. You shaking your head, but you're being real affectionate right now, okay? I'm seeing some hypocrites.
Right, because I turned them on, and now they mad.
All up here, you know what I'm saying? I'm sitting up here, all glued up and shit, coming out. Ew, it's gross. Ew, I don't even know. Ew. Whatever.
It is 10:56. Let's close the show.
Whatever. I'm a move because lightning gonna strike you sometime. Get the fuck out your way. I see what's happening right here. I see you. Anyway, we have one more poet this evening. Please welcome our last poet in this last round. Right now, all of it. All the rest of your applause. Right now. So Reggie is coming to the stage right now. So he ain't here yet. Keep going. Reggie is not here yet.
Give me my face back. That's my top. Back off. I mean it.
Wait, did someone say do a poem about sex?
Yeah.
Praise to my slutty ass out here dripping honey and gold and covered in stardust. Because have you ever seen a heavenly body become this earthbound like I, the angelic up in this bitch? I put the hoe in holy. I throw this ass like in the surf like it is a praise dance to myself. I suck dick like it is the gospel.
Can't confirm.
And the Lord said, this too is good, but he came in my mouth, so I spit just to spite him. There's no God but me gonna call this body a temple. Gonna make this temple a home, because when you come to my church, you better come correct. With bowed head and my name like a prayer between your clasped hands. And there was a boy once, a white boy, who said my name like he owned it and I brushed it chin. When he called me the devil, I laughed in his face and said, no, honey. Lucifer was an angel once.
Right?
Some say he tried to become God, but ain't no attempts here. When I call myself holy, it is not an opinion. When I call you unworthy, it is nothing but the truth. I built myself an altar, asked you for a sacrifice, and you gave me rotten fruit, soured wine, a wooden cross to crucify me on, but I am not your white God, so I won't be killed that easy. Tomorrow, I'll rise from the ashes you made of me, still set aflame, and you wish you could burn half as hot as I do. You wish you could be this holy, this sacred, this full of lust and love. I shake my ass and mountains tremble. Woo! I say my name and even the trees bow under the howl of my wind. You speak and it is silent. You dance and the world ignores your movements. What is nothing compared to everything? What is your sacrilege compared to all of me? I am everything I need to be. And some days that means I am both the Bible and the preacher that will read from it. Some days I am an Old Testament bitch. And I will set you on fire for shit as simple as looking at me.
Come on.
Some days I'm a New Testament hoe. And I cradle forgiveness in my hands like a delicate rose, but on all days, I am celestial, a divine song, an ecclesiastical praise of myself. I am myself. And I bow my head in prayer just to speak my own name. I pray to myself, become a silent amen at the end of every poem. I am everything you want to be and nothing that you are. So how dare you step to me, to God, and demand salvation? How dare you assume you are even worthy of being saved? Did you not hear me? When you come to my church, you better come correct. You better praise my name or don't say it at all. If you speak my name like a curse, expect for me to cut you. But if you swallow my bones, bitch, I hope you fucking choke.
Judges, let's see some scores. You all right? Okay.
I really liked it.
So, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scores. I have a low score of 9.0. I have a 9.5, 9.6, 9.8, and a 10 for red. Now, I want to point out these two little people in the front that be like hella extra critical of people's sex poems and stuff. That's why I say they got some high. So you just gave them a 10. And then you ain't give nobody else a 10. I just need to see your list. Because I know you have a list and I just so want to see your list. Give it up for all the poets this evening. And give it up for our judges. An awesome judgment up in here this evening. Y'all stay consistent. Y'all, she a hypocrite about sex, but y'all stay consistent. Y'all did. Y'all some great judges. Word. So, we gonna get a winner soon, but I guess I can say some things.
Say some things. Say some things.
Here's some things. So, I don't know who's featuring next week, but I want to thank our patrons, in particular Renee Edmonds, Stephanie Yavoa, Emily Chow, and Calla Lily for being regulars. Thank you to Jessica Kozaczyk for sponsoring one of the weekly workshops, and a special thanks to Alice Grimm and Rebecca Abraham for pledging $100 a month in support of our venue, the Allen Bluford. If you enjoyed what you were seeing, or just love the arts, or believe in reparation and the liberation of third world people, head over to patreon.com/Rich Oak Events. There you can sign up for different tiers of support. Any contribution you give us helps us meet our goals, pay our venues, and give back to our community. If this interests you, please head over to patreon.com/Rich Oak Events. You can donate via Cash App at Rich Oak Events or Venmo at Rich Oak Slam. Thank you for your support. Thank you all for coming. Give yourselves in there. Where's the tip bucket? Where did the tip bucket go?
It's right back here.
So the tip bucket's still there if you would like to walk on by and put the rest of your cash in it. That's what I would suggest. Also, I'd like to reiterate, do walk up to a poet that you love this evening, offer them money. They may or may not have product to give you. Either way, just offer them money. Because, like I said, artists do not get paid enough. And so anything you can do to contribute to that would be most awesome. Y'all want to know who? I could just take this money and go home.
You could. You could. I know where you live.
I win all the spaces. Third, second, first place. Me. Thank you. Now take that money. Damn it. All right. In third place. Wow. Second and third place were really close tonight. It was 0.3 difference. In third place with a 56.2, Reggie.
Thank you for the lead money.
Not cheap bitches living for that.
So this is $200. It's a lot of money. Some of y'all regret not signing up because you could have got this money. In second place, with a score of 56.5, Tina.
I've seen you naked.
That's right. Come back next week and the week after and the week after and the week after.
That's
if you want to know anything else about us, follow us on Instagram at Berkeley Slam, and then also at Oakland Slam on Instagram. Yeah, follow us. Yeah, bye.
And this evening's winner,
That's right.
I think this is like 2 weeks in a row or something,
That's right.
is with a score of 58.3.
Yeah.
Would be Brennan. That's who won.
Jenna and second, not
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing the space, supporting the words. Like, come back again, because this space is fucking awesome. And thank you very much.
All right, y'all. I guess that's it. So, my name is Nazila, and it's been my pleasure.
The bar's still
to greet you this
open.
evening. I host this shindig every third Wednesday of the month.
That's right.
If you're feeling particularly masochistic, come back and see. I also give really good hugs.
Best hugs ever. Yes,
We would
yes,
have to
yes.
have some pretty extensive conversations before we got to that point, but I'm willing to go ahead and forge ahead. That me? It's cool. Have lots of sex. Some of y'all with each other. I don't really care what you do. I've been celibate for a year. Have sex for me. Do the things. Do come back. And is there anything else I need to say?
Sign off.
Okay, so the bar is actually still open. You can get that one more drink. But don't drive drunk. And judges, give me your scorecard. And that's it. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. Thank you.